reactionary. Let's talk about some other crazy shit in the world. Factual, not opinion based. I don't know if you guys have seen the woman that had the wrong baby born inside of her, but here's a little clip about some recent crazy news.
A woman in Savannah, Georgia has filed a lawsuit against coastal fertility specialists after giving birth to a child who was not biologically hers due to an embryo mix-up. Christina Murray underwent in vitro fertilization in early 2023. When she gave birth in December, she immediately noticed the baby did not share her expected genetic traits. A DNA test later confirmed that she had carried and delivered another couple's embryo. Murray is suing the clinic for negligence, stating that the mistake caused her pain and anguish. She initially planned to raise the child, but after the biological parents were notified, they sought custody. Facing a legal challenge she believed she could not win, Murray relinquished custody of the child at 5 months old. The clinic issued a statement apologizing for what it called an unprecedented error, and stated that it has since implemented additional safeguards to prevent similar mistakes.
Let's talk about a real recap of what I just said. What you just heard, excuse me. A white woman in Georgia did IVF embryo, put the embryo inside of her. Baby is born, the baby's black. Come to find out, it belonged to a couple from the clinic. She thought, fuck it, I'll just raise the baby. Them niggas said, hell no, bitch, that's our baby. They were about to go to court, and she was like, you know what? I'm not going to lose this battle. I'll let it go.
First off, I think that white woman deserves millions upon millions of dollars.
And a few more babies.
On the opposite end, I have 3 or 4 friends that are currently going through egg freezing and embryos. Literally retrieval of eggs. Mind you, I'm learning so much about it. You could go through, mind you, like $7,000 a pop.
So much work.
Especially if you don't have insurance. Insurance oftentimes also doesn't cover everything. The medication alone is like $1,400. It's ridiculous. Mm-hmm. So going through IVF basically starts your eggs to get healthy for retrieval. Mind you, they could literally pull out, I think 10 eggs is normally like a good amount that you could have. I have a friend right now that is producing 4, 3, like not enough to where basically, even if they're healthy, it doesn't mean that they'll form into an embryo. Mind you, whether it forms into an embryo or not, you don't get your money back.
Right.
So I can understand this black couple wanting their baby because the retrieval process and having a healthy baby actually born through IVF is a lot. And so I'm not against the black woman wanting her baby.
Me too.
I also think there's no money in the world that is going to make this white woman okay.
Oh my God, bro.
At all.
Let me tell you something.
You know what I mean?
I really think these are the only white tears I would wipe away.
Well, you know.
You carried that baby for 9 months. You had to deal with the fact that it wasn't your baby.
Yeah.
And she probably had to sit with herself and say, fuck it, man. God gave me this baby. Either way, I'm going to stick this through. And she grew a connection to this baby. And then, bro, and we were just saying a few weeks ago in the episode with Kendrick, the biological attachment.
The chemistry that
feeling
happens.
like you're, and it's like, it's gone. Yo, I make fun of my mom for this all the time, okay? But when I got Nina, my mom was like, I want a dog too. I was like, well, I'm only giving you $1,000 to get a dog. And the only one she could find, as tiny as she wanted, was in Fort Lauderdale at the time. So she drove from Orlando to Fort Lauderdale. I don't know if anyone heard me tell this story before. She waited to get this dog at a CVS, had the cash in hand, and nobody showed up. And she called me and said, I feel like I just had a miscarriage. I have all my toys at home. I'm so ready for this fucking dog, and I don't have anything. And she was crying, and it was kind of funny, but kind of cute, but kind of sad. And I realized, like, yo,
if you was a good daughter, you would have said, I got you $2,000 on the next
one. Well, you know, I
I'm
did.
I'm going to raise that budget for you, mama.
I did. But by the way, I think they was going to rob her ass, and I think they saw she was an old lady and was like, nah, we ain't going to do it. Because why would you have somebody meet you with the cash in a parking lot? Anyway, I yelled at her. I can't believe she did. Say this to say, my mom acted like she was depressed for weeks because she got so ready. She was looking at the photos. The baby wasn't ready to get taken. The dog wasn't ready. You know what I mean? Imagine 9 months. It did. 5 months of having a fucking baby.
5 months after raising it and then having to give up custody.
Is she in the wrong though? Like what?
It's
like,
who in the wrong?
Who?
The woman. Because
Which
it's
woman?
like, no,
There's
like
two women.
The black woman for taking the baby away?
Well, just, I mean, not even putting an effort into just holding onto the baby? Is that tough?
No, I don't think
know
she's
what
wrong.
laws were around this, but I don't think she's wrong, especially because as a woman, like even though you went through that, bro, if you know any other woman that went through the same
And
IVF
wanted their
process
kid.
and wanted their kid, this is where I think the only motherfuckers in the wrong here is the clinic.
Right.
I don't think how this ended up, either woman is wrong. And I'm sure she wanted to keep this baby, but also we don't know. Like, we don't know. But honestly, like I said, I don't think that woman is ever going to be mentally okay with it.
No.
And I do think that there is something to say about the Black woman and now her connection to this child because she didn't carry that child. So it sucks for everybody involved.
I wonder how you find that out way later, though.
Nigga, the baby came out Black.
I mean, like, outside of the Black baby.
I wonder if they would have found out if that baby came out white, if it would have been the same outcome. She may have never known.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? If the baby just came out white and it wasn't switched up with a Black baby embryo, she may have never realized that
Fucking hate you, Mom.
She had an unbiological child.
You're not even my real mom. What?
Okay.